Good morning, Deer Park High School. Today is Wednesday, May 18th, 2016, and also the end of my broadcast days here at the Deer Network. I'm Eli Martinez. Today we'll take a look at our #1 ranked baseball team and whether or not students have enough time to eat lunch. But first, Prom was this past weekend where senior class superlatives were announced. The winners were elected by their classmates over the last few months in advisory. Rachel Goldstein and Matthew Paris were chosen most likely to succeed. Shelby Gaston and Lee Wagner were selected friendliest. Most representative went to Emily Sapp and Jared McGuire. Brittany Moley and Alec White scored wittiest. Class favorites went to Rachel Harris and Tommy Mesa. And finally, Andrew Cepeda and Tommy Mesa were crowned Mr. and Mrs. Deer Park. Congratulations to all the winners. And talking about winners, the boys baseball team travels on to Fort Bend Kempster starting tomorrow night in the second round of state playoffs. They finished the regular season undefeated and look to maintain their perfect record this weekend. Gus Torres and Adrian Romero have been following their team throughout their incredible run.
The Deer Park boys varsity baseball team finished their season with a perfect record of 28-0 and are now preparing for the playoffs. The team's impressive season has made them the #1 team in Texas, and we caught up with the team to see how they felt about their season.
I think we just have a good team chemistry, and we just keep pounding and never get big-headed, We just keep our heads to the ground.
Well, we're all hitting the ball good. Just got to we're all seeing it, got to keep squaring it up when we get the chance. We don't get good pitches all the time. Got some good hitting. Just got to make up for our mistakes in the field and then hit the ball like we're hitting.
There's a lot of leadership on this team, but we all put it together and then we just move forward.
It's great. The guys are loving it. Coach Rupp has that don't blink mentality, and just everyone's having a great time and just doing what we love.
We just tell them it's a brand new season. The season starts over because, up to that point it doesn't matter. And even everybody that gets in there feels like, hey, it's a breath of fresh air. District's over. We've done what we're going to do, and now let's see what we can do in the playoffs. And so you just got to tell those guys that you don't take anybody for granted. You prepare for them just like they're the best team you played all year, regardless of what their seed is in the playoffs, and try to keep your pitchers up throwing strikes and making plays and coming up with big hits.
This is Adrian Romero and Gustavo Torres for the Deer Network.
Be sure to go out and support these guys. Game 2 will be Friday here in Deer Park at 7:30. Is your grandma on the internet? Do you ever post anything inappropriate? Good. Don't do it. You don't want your granny coming after you with the wooden spoon. But most importantly, the internet can be a scary place. You never know what could happen to you, especially if you post things you wouldn't want your grandma to see. And this month is Cyber Safety Month, and we encourage you to be good digital citizens. What you post stays on the internet, even if you think you deleted it. What you post can prevent you from getting a job opportunity and also scholarship grants, which could be worse than getting spanked by your grandma. In other news, make sure to come out and support Deer Park's improv team on the last performance of the year. The final show will take place this Friday in the Black Box. Admission is only $4. Think about it. Only $4 to see me and a supporting cast? You're gonna want to be there. Also, this Friday during 7th period will be the annual Powder Puff game. Tickets will be sold during all lunches to see the seniors battle against the juniors in this crucial game of flag football. Do you ever have trouble finishing your food during lunch? Some people believe that 30 minutes is simply not enough time to eat a proper lunch. Reporters Pam Sanchez and Alfredo Ruiz dug deeper into this topic.
Lunchtime, a 30-minute period where students can sit, eat, and conversate. 30 minutes may seem like plenty of time, but what does not seem so obvious is that many students struggle to eat their lunch within this time frame.
I think the majority of the kids, it's sufficient time.
Okay, well, I honestly feel like there's not enough time to eat our lunch. We get 30 minutes, but we have to wait in line for 10, so it's not fair.
Is there enough time to eat your lunch? Why or why not?
Definitely not. I feel like these lines are so long. Just look at that line.
Is there enough time to eat your lunch? Why or why not?
No, there's not, because, I'm trying to sit down and enjoy my food. What's happening? I'm trying to sit down there and enjoy my food, you feel me? And I ain't got enough time to do that because it's like I'm in a rush.
When people look back on the childhood obesity epidemic in this country and wonder how it spiraled out of control, they may blame the way kids were rushed to eat too fast, not just at school, but at home as well.
The school does have some leeway. My understanding is that most schools go by what the state is, and I don't think there's a state law with regard to student lunch, but there is a state law regarding for teachers. They must have a 30-minute duty-free lunch period, and so that kind of drives the time.
The American Academy of Pediatrics advises that students should be allowed at least 20 minutes of actual eating time for lunch, with the clock starting only when they've seated with their meals. By the time we run across the school, wash our hands, wait in the lunch line, the menacing bell is close to ringing. Here we see me, Pam Sanchez, walking across campus trying to beat the traffic and get my lunch in under 5 minutes. Anyways, let's check the time. Oh no! Ugh, finally. I'm getting my lunch. Oh, but look at the time.
How would you fix your lunch?
I'd probably set it to where there was 2 separate lunches, but each were like 50 minutes.
Just make it like 5 minutes longer, like 5.5 minutes longer.
Quit chit-chatting like I'm doing right now. You know, what you need to do is when you get in line, you need to pay attention, quit talking to your friends, get your food, look on the menu that you have right there so you know.
Where do you feel your school fell at lunch? What would you improve?
I think we should get more time. Like we should get mega lunch like Dobie does, where they get that hour and a half to eat lunch because everybody gets time. I mean, you could even leave campus and go eat wherever you want and have enough time to come back and even do some homework.
For those that do not bring their lunch, you know, if they have the option to bring their lunch, especially early on in the year, if they can bring their lunch the first week or two, that would help. But we're gonna, you know, we'll continue to help. And those that are having trouble within that time frame, if they'll come and talk to us, we'll work something out to try to accommodate them for sure.
Most of the students in Deer Park High School are not pleased with the given lunchtime and would like to see a change. We ask the administration to consider these problems and find a solution that benefits us students. If you would like your voice to be heard, make sure to contact the head of the school board. This has been Alfredo Ruiz and Pam Sanchez reporting for the Deer Network.
That's it for us this week. I'm Eli Martinez, and have a great rest of the week. And go Deer.